Bad racers, good racers, great racers, all crammed into the same lobbies, the same championships. There's a wide variety, even among cars of the same performance class. Top tier cars optimally selected and optimally tuned for winning races, racing alongside whatever tier cars casually picked for whatever reason. In this world without a ranking system, without skill-based matchmaking, at least as far as I know, winning not just a race but a championship of races feels a lofty goal. A goal which I, a total newcomer to racing games, set for myself regardless. Just one, I said. I'd be satisfied if I could win one Horizon Open Championship, to be the leader in overall points at the end of a series of races. My first victory could be my last, for all I care, but I want to hold in my hands, to place on my shelf, at least one. And I knew this one wouldn't come easily. Not only was I unwilling to select a top-tier meta car out of some strange sense of pride, but 1.5 years after Forza Horizon 5's release, I imagined that my races would be packed with veterans, expert players honed to win through innumerous championships. And I was half right. Experts with anywhere from dozens to hundreds of hours spent racing in this game dominated many of the lobbies I was a part of. These experts fought for the win, while I fought to keep them in my view. However, their presence wasn't as oppressive as I thought it would be. I was passing more racers than I expected, and while I stood no chance against the truly excellent, the probability that one of those elites would show up in my championship in the first race of the series was lower than I had expected. I still needed to get lucky, but not lottery jackpot winner lucky, as I had initially anticipated. All I needed to do was race the very best I could, to drive cleanly, drive consistently, and drive well, and hope the other racers didn't shove me off-road or something. Unfortunately, just play well isn't as simple a task as it sounds. A race is a tense thing, let alone a series of races. Going as fast as I can is a delicate balance of risk and reward, requiring delicate control of throttle, brakes, manual gear shifting, and steering. I must push my car to the limits of its grip on the road. I do not want to brake. I do not want to slow down, for fear pressures me forward. I'm constantly snapping my camera around to glance behind me. I can feel the other racers on the back of my neck. I swear their headlights are close enough to brighten the deepest recesses of my exhaust pipe. But these turns despise excess speed and will not grant passage to the careless. Staying on the streets and away from a messy drift means occasionally slowing down, but I try to hurry up while doing it. There are even moments where the racing line, those arrows on the road, warn me, command me to slow down with its bright red shine, and I ignore it. I trust my gut that I and my car can exceed the expectations of the racing line. Sometimes my intuition is correct, other times it is not. A calculated risk. I insist upon that extra speed. It is a race after all. All this stress and tension, and I've not yet mentioned one of Street Race's defining features. It isn't just us racers on the road. because traffic trolls these streets as well. Randomly generated death casually rolling through at about 50 kilometers per hour. These carefree cars, my most feared foe and my most trustworthy ally. The hope that those in front of me will suffer a brutal high-speed collision, and the fear that I will do the same. Swerving around traffic is exciting. I just have to be careful not to swerve off-road. Precision to survive, speed to win. Street racing demands a lot from me. But eventually, I'm able to fulfill those demands and keep my cool well enough to secure a championship win. I attribute a hefty amount of my success to luck, better players joining the championship late, other players happening to make more or more major mistakes than I. Oh my, jeez, he's dead. But to me, none of that matters. I had set a simple goal with simple parameters. First place in a Horizon Open Championship. I achieved that goal. None of the retrospection and honestly valid criticisms take away from the emotions that I felt in the moment. The stress of the race, the thrill of weaving through traffic and zipping around corners, the anxiety before the final results were revealed, and when I saw my name at the top, the joy. I'm pumped, dude. Holy. I did something I honestly thought I might not be able to pull off. And I did it not with an internet searched top tier meta car, but with a random 4-door Audi for frivolous reasons not even worth explaining here. In many cases, the content of the goal isn't what makes achieving the goal fulfilling. It's instead the difficulty we associate with the goal that matters, the struggle. In the end, whether I'm a bad racer or a good racer isn't what's important. What's important is that I'm a satisfied one. When I set this goal, everything else was dropped. Until I won the trophy, I could not stop. Now I finally know what it's like to be at the top, so I can go back to dive bombing my friend on my own team and co-op.
Sorry, what are you doing? Oh!